Thanks of course to Kaz's Twitter, we once again have our latest batch of silhouettes to take a look at and put our guesses in. This time around it's quite easy actually with this trio. One of them certainly a very exciting new addition to the game. The two others appear to be, I mean they almost certainly are based on the silhouettes, both vehicles which were yet again featured in the leaked data mining list. One of them, I mean, if we go from the top and then work top, right, and then left, we have initially, quite clearly, a Subaru Impreza. It is a 2004, and this is a curious one because there were two of these listed in that leaked list, but neither of them were listed as a Spec C. Now, I think one of them maybe was, and they just didn't list it that way, so it'll be interesting to see which one arrives. Then, of course, the one on the right, fantastic rival to any Subaru, but certainly, you know, if you match it time for time, the Mitsubishi Evo, in particular what appears to be the Evo III. Another Evo which was featured in that leaked list. Of course, the Evo has had a lot of love in terms of people wanting it back. I've seen a lot of love especially for the Evo 9. This one, of course, not that one, but I have always been a fan of the 3. I think it's a very good looking car. Kind of the coolest version of that initial base Evo shape of the 1, 2 and 3 before they redesigned it quite drastically with the 4. Then we get, of course, to the car on the left. The one which is, I mean, without question going to be the quickest stock. It will be interesting to see when they're tuned, of course. What appears to be an Aston Martin Valkyrie. A pretty damn cool car. I recall using this car, I think, in a Gran Turismo 7 video way back. A speculative video. I can't remember what the video was about, but I remember using a Valkyrie in the thumbnail. So it's curious to see it finally arriving in the game. You already know this thing is going to be monumentally quick. And it is interesting as well because this kind of breed of hypercar, if you will, or supercar, if you want to call it that, it hasn't been as strongly represented in the game as some others. Because even though we have stuff like the P1 GTR, we've got the LaFerrari, so there are one or two, but this kind of next generation after that, stuff like the AMG Project 1s, for example, not so much. Those have been more in the Forza side of things, not so much in the Gran Turismo side. So I'm very curious to see what this kind of era of very much like Formula Car or LMP for the road kind of vibe is going to feel like in the game. I would imagine this one's probably going to have a fairly hefty price tag. I would expect somewhere in maybe the 2 or 3 million credit region, but we'll have to see. Of course, the Mitsubishi and the Subaru will probably be quite affordable in comparison. Probably used dealership cars, and you already know they're going to be great. And if nothing else, we'll be able to build some pretty cool rally cars based on those as well. So, of course, we'll have to see, as always, if there's any circuit. Fingers crossed, it would be cool to see if there is, and hopefully an actual new circuit rather than just a new variation of something which we already have. But, of course, we'll have to wait and see this week. And, of course, stick around on the channel because when the trailer drops, we will take a look at that and confirm whether or not these 3 are correct. Also, we'll be looking keenly to see if there is any other new stuff in that trailer, such as a circuit. And, of course, when the update itself drops, I will be featuring my initial thoughts and then reviewing the cars and perhaps tuning them as well. So, of course, stick around for all of that, and I'll see you next time. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.